And just like that, we're back again. Uncle BullCow in the building. A little bit hoarse this morning. Question: which one of these is the world's hottest pepper? Uncle BullCow here. Actually, one of these peppers, there is a nice handful of people that are claiming that it's the world's hottest pepper. Or are they? Alright, guys, so I got three peppers here. From Linda's Fiery Treats: Mustard Ghost, the notorious Gator Jigsaw, and a 7-pot Congo mustard. Now, where this whole... Oh, and I'm going to be having some breakfast tacos. And Uncle BullCow Vicious Verde. That's right. You guys don't see me eat this sauce that much because I usually have the bonnet or the Mad Mash with my breakfast. But since I got some mustard pods there, they pair so well with a Verde sauce. I will try to remember to put a link in the description below. But I want to tell you this. Right now, until January 22nd, National Hot Sauce Day, you can get 22% off the store. Everything on the store. 22% off, guys. Priority shipping. So, you guys can go... If I forget to put it, just Google Uncle BullCow hot sauce. You'll see it there. So anyways, the World's Hottest Pepper Series, we're wrapping it up. 2023 season, even though we're in 2024. I did not expect to be having or eating fresh pods, but thank you, Linda. This is excellent. All right, so we're going to get into the controversy first. Let's go. Mustard Ghost. There is two Mustard Ghosts out there, and they are very different. Mustard Bhut, whatever. 9 times out of 10, when you hear the word Mustard Ghost, you're going to think this one, right? There is also, and this, I know because I grew them last year, from the Jimmy Pickles seed line. There's the interior. Oh, yeah. Look at that bad boy. I know that Jimmy Pickles has the Mustard Ghost. I ate like 5 of them on a TikTok video. Like it was nothing. They're hot. But they are not as hot as a regular ghost pepper even. Let's do this. The Verde all the time. My girl wants to Verde all the time. Verde all the time. Verde all the time. I know you guys love my singing. Alright. It puts the Mustard Ghost on the skin. It does this when it's told. I haven't had one of them peppers in over a year. I love it. Like I was talking about yesterday, some of the mustard pods, they have earthiness. But some of them almost have, citrusy notes. That had a little bit of citrus notes to it. It's hot. Now, here's where the confusion lines. There's a confusion in the pepper community. How hot is the mustard Bhut? Well, it depends. If you have the ones, and I don't know how the seed stocks split, but I know if you have the ones that Jimmy Pickles has, or it's from that same lineage that he got them from. However, they're they're hotter than a white or a yellow ghost. Not as hot as a red. But then there is the mustard Bhut. Pay attention. Also called the CP118, Khaki Bhut, and other names. People have renamed it. People are claiming that's the world's hottest pepper. Alright? Some people. Now, that one, and the only person I know that you can get seeds from is Refined and Fair Chili's, and I think he's taken it off his website because it doesn't sell. That one is a CP118. Let's finish this bad boy off. Let's go out with a bang. That one is from Christopher Phillips, and I believe was originally came from Jay Weaver, Jay's Peach Corporate, from his dad, the Weavers up in Pennsylvania. That one is, I think, I'm pretty certain, the hottest mustard pot I've ever had. Anybody that gets throat burns really easy, that will light you up. If you guys go watch Pepper Wolverine reviewed 1 year ago, and other people, and I heard a lot of these people like, man, my tolerance must be low, and you know, I don't think they're realizing it's a different pepper. It looks similar, but I don't believe that. I believe one's a color variant. I believe the other one might have came from a peach lineage or something else that changed it. So there you have it with the mustard Bhut, mustard ghost. That one I could tell by tasting it was a color variant. It wasn't. I don't think that was a CP 118. Although my stomach will tell me in a few minutes. All right, let's move on. Another one people were saying was the world's hottest pepper, and they were dead wrong. Okay? I just gave you some confusion that happened with the mustard Bhuts, but it's beautiful pepper, though. The Gator Jigsaw. Now, I'll be honest with you. I've eaten quite a few of these. And they're a hot pepper, no doubt. They're nowhere near what people were claiming. When I first started watching YouTube, watching all these reviewers, these Gator Jigsaws, they were getting rocked off them. It's not even as hot as the mustard ghost. It's a good pepper. But the hype when it first came out, I don't know. Go back and watch them. Go watch some old Gator Jigsaw videos on YouTube. You'll see people getting just rocked off of them, and you know, saying this is the world's hottest mustard pot and all this other stuff. That's just simply not the case. Okay.
You're making it sound like they're wrong. They're probably right, but it's unstable and now it's not hot anymore.
Bingo! Mrs. BullCow has a point. So there's things that can happen too, right? Somebody could have had something and sent it out to some reviewers, and it was crazy hot. Maybe they didn't isolate. The next year they send seeds out, and they crossed with something milder. Who knows? There's a lot of things that could have happened. So I just know people were like getting rocked off of it, and right now you guys see I'm eating it. Not even as hot as that mustard ghost at all. I want you to pay attention to this video. Here's the thing. I could sit there and eat. Like I said, there's been a couple of mustard pods I've had that. Oh, the ODB mustard at the end of this season. That's one. The super. What was it? I don't know. I forget the name, but it's a three-way cross, and the one plant through mustard pods, stupid hot. Probably, I think that one was probably the hottest mustard ever. I tried saving some seeds for Kevin Bain. I sent them to him in a regular envelope. They got crushed in the mail, so we don't even have seeds to it. But it's so unstable. I don't really care. Listen, pay attention. That pepper that I had, the ODB mustard and the Bhut cross, they both of them burned me way more than a Primotalii. Red or chocolate. I'm just saying. Now, what's going to happen when I send that away for testing? You think it's going to come back as high as the Primotalii? No, absolutely not. I want you to know this. There's different tannins and the hydrocapsaicins in mustard pods that will not allow them to test high. On the tongue, they'll light you up. On the throat, oh yeah. Mustard Congo. But in a SHU test, no. In case you guys haven't realized this, Pepper X has been around for a while. There were companies that had bought Pepper X powder and made products with it. Some of those companies, I know one for a fact, sent that powder away for testing to see if it really was 2.7 million, 3 million, whatever the claim was back then. That powder, Pepper X, directly from Ed Curry, came back 800,000. So not even a million. Okay. So the claims that these people are making out here, that they have these mustard pods that are testing at 3 million, 2.5 million, even 2 million. Don't believe them. I'm just telling you. And I've seen other results. Trust me. You know, I had somebody, I'm not going to say any names. Somebody about a year and a half ago that had a mustard pod tested and thought that both labs that he sent it away to were conspiring against him, and you know, because the test came back low. I seen the test on the Gator Jigsaw. I don't remember what it is, so I'm not gonna try to think of a number right now. But it was lower than a habanero. I'll tell you that. Okay. Now there are some things you got to consider. Mustard pods. Real good growers like me. I mean, I know mustard pod when it's between 80% ripe to fully ripe, you know. But you get people that will take a bunch, and some of them are only 50% ripe. They're still going to be hot as hell. But you might throw off your SHU by a little bit, but not that much, okay? Unless you're sending just straight unripe pods. But, yeah. So, world's hottest pepper. Hotter than Pepper X. You ready? The sauce. And this pepper. Right now are both hotter than Pepper X. Until we can try Pepper X for ourselves, send it away ourselves for testing, and verify it. How do you guys think people found out that the Reaper is all over the place? Okay. People found that out from testing it. You got people that sell it and claim it's 1.7, 1.6, 2.2 million for marketing. And then you get some people that grow it or they buy powder and they want to have it tested. And so they send away for testing, and all of a sudden they're seeing 1.1 million. Next test they get back 800,000, and it's all over the place. So anybody that knows about the Reaper and no pepper is, you're not going to get the same numbers. There's always highs and there's lows, and there's so many factors. But you'll see with stabilized varieties that they range.
Like the Primo.
7-pot Primo, yeah. 7-pot Primo. And Troy Primo will tell you, he wants the tail. He likes that look of the pepper. I love it. I love the tail. Eating the tip off of a Primo is the sweetest part. And so I absolutely love it. But Troy Primo will tell you that nurturing and taking care of and selectively breeding for that tail actually make those ones with the tail actually test a little bit lower. That makes sense for a couple reasons. One reason is the tail is less hot. So if you're putting, even though that is only 1/10 of a gram of the pepper, but you're putting that in with the pepper rather than a Reaper that doesn't have a tail, you know. So that's that, guys. You're not going to see these mustard pods that these people are claiming are testing at 2 and 3 million. They're not going to test that high. They're liars.
They are hot, but they're not going to test it high.
They're hot. They're going to light you up.
One kind of capsaicin that the green pods don't have.
So out of those 3 peppers I just ate, the hottest was the mustard Bhut, then the 7-pot Congo, then the Gator Jigsaw. I don't think I even really felt a burn at all off of the Jigsaw.
It would be nice.
The mustard Bhut got me lit.
They would test for more than one type of.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're working on it. I've
up.
heard, and I'm not going to talk too much about this, but I've heard that there's some other tests that are being developed, and there are tests that actually have some different breakdowns and stuff. But right now, it's going for that certain SHU and those certain capsaicinoids. So
the hottest pod I've ever had, which probably was not a stabilized variety, but if it's going to be stabilized and stays that hot, was an NK Hades. That was way hotter.
Chocolate pod.
That was way hotter than the chocolate Primotalii or anything I had.
NK Hades.
Maybe I didn't have the chocolate Primotalii.
Yeah, you had them. NK Hades blows the chocolate Primotalii out of the water.
But the chocolate Primotalii might be stabilized and it might not be. But if he stabilized that NK Hades, yeah, it will. It could. And if they make the testing like he's hot, it could be one of the hottest ever.
Yeah. So holler at Nick Kemp's if you want to try the NK Hades. I, Uncle BullCow, will never try one again.
Me
Peace.
Either.